Hey, how's everybody doing today? So I'm back again. I wanted to add a few things. It's kind of comical to me now after learning what I've learned because I see how I used to be when I see some of these comments and read some of these comments that people leave on my postings. The sheer ignorance, uh, it used to worry me how ignorant people are, but now it's funny to me because people choose to be ignorant. Um, we all have information at our fingertips. We all have the ability, if we choose to do so, to learn anything we want to learn the truth, especially. And when we don't, when we just believe popular misconceptions, when we just believe what the word that goes around um, the table or the coffee room or the break room that or what's talked about around the water cooler or whatever the phrase is, um, you know, if we just believe what's said and don't actually look it up ourselves, we'll never truly know the truth. We'll never truly know what reality is because when you only believe what someone tells you or what a I don't know a video on TV tells you, let's say the news or I mean you name it, anything, YouTube channel, presentation, private website presentation, that you pay a subscription to. It doesn't matter. This is all information that's being provided by someone else. It's hearsay. If you don't have the courage, if you don't have the ability to critically think for yourself, if you don't have the wherewithal to validate the information and look it up for yourself, then that's your own fault. And that to me is comical because as sad as it is that people are willfully ignorant, it's comical because they are their worst enemy. They're their biggest hurdle. They are their biggest hurdle. So I want to read a few things for you, actually just two to be specific. Now, I want you all to listen to this. So this is Supreme Court ruling. Penhallow versus Doan's Administrators, Supreme Court of the United States, 1795. And I quote, "Inasmuch as every government is an artificial person, an abstraction, and a creature of the mind only, a government can interface only with other artificial persons. The imaginary, having neither actuality nor substance, is foreclosed from creating and attaining parity with the tangible. The legal manifestation of this is that no government, as well as any law, agency, aspect, court, etc., can concern itself with anything other than corporate artificial persons as the contracts, and the contracts between them." And again, that's Penhallow versus Doan's Administrators, Supreme Court of the United States, 1795. And if you only look it up online, you're gonna see all kinds of contradicting information. A lot of people saying that it's false and all this other rhetoric and attempts to discredit it. This is based on the fact that they can't find it online. If you go to the actual copy of the ruling, it's there. So let's see. Next is Cruden versus Neal, North Carolina, 2NC 338, 1796, 2SE 70. This is a Supreme Court ruling that states, and I quote, give me one second. Every man is independent of all laws, except those prescribed by nature. He is not bound by any institutions formed by his fellow men without his consent. even then, individual consent is necessary. So you can look up these rulings yourself. You can look them up a little bit further and break them down a little bit more and see it for yourself. Most of you, and it is sad to a degree, most of you, and I myself in some ways still and was, for the most part, a slave. Had a slave mentality, and I wanted everybody else to have a slave mentality like I did. Because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I thought that was part of being a functioning part of society, is making sure that my fellow men and women remain slaves. I'm being sarcastic. No, see, once I became a man, I put away childish things. And I stopped expecting others to tell me what's right and wrong and tell me what I can and can't do or should and shouldn't do. I know right from wrong. I don't need a group of people in fancy uniforms and with fancy titles telling me what I should and shouldn't do when they aren't willing to do the same thing themselves. That's called a hypocrite. That's called a double-minded person, or man, or woman, depending. That's a sign of mental instability. Doublespeak. So, if you choose to subject yourself to these types of people that have no standards, that don't hold themselves to any kind of standard whatsoever, they hold everyone else to a higher standard than they will ever hold themselves to, all under the guise of being a hero. Well, if you choose to subject yourself to that, then hey, by all means. Some people are into that kind of stuff. Some people are into fetishes and crazy stuff. You know, that's not my cup of tea. So if you choose to do it, hey, that's all you. Have a great time. I wish that you didn't. I wish that you would grow up and grow a pair, and especially you men, and start paying attention and stop allowing what is going on in our communities to go on. So that's up to you. That is entirely up to you. But I will not have slaves telling me that I need to be a slave. It's never going to happen. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. Once it's out, it's out. And you just got to deal with it. So, if you don't like it, I really don't care. Nothing that any of you keyboard warriors, anything that you say in the comment section of my postings, no matter how disparaging you are, no matter how just dumb you sound, no matter what you say, you're just going to look like an idiot to me. And it's not going to get you what you think it's going to get you. You're not going to get any satisfaction out of it. You're not going to change my perspective because I've seen it with my own eyes. Why in the hell would I believe what you say after I've seen it with my own eyes? Seriously. That's like telling me the ocean isn't real, and I've been to the ocean. I've put my feet in the ocean. I've swam in the ocean. So, if you want to believe it isn't real, have at it. Have a great time. But shut your damn mouth and go away, because I don't care. Nothing that you say is going to change my mind, and nothing that you say is going to change other people's minds that have the ability to critically think for themselves. They're going to read your comment, and they're going to see that you're an idiot because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So if you want to make a fool of yourself, comment away. I mean, I would appreciate it if you don't, because, I mean, even though I don't get notifications for all these ridiculous comments, thankfully, I think YouTube kind of knows when I get stupid comments, because they never give me notifications for the most stupid comments. It's only the ones that are encouraging that I get the notifications for. So I think that's interesting. But hey, maybe YouTube is actually doing something good, looking out for me and protecting me from all these keyboard warriors. So, anyways, yeah, look up these rulings yourself. When you look up the definition of the word person in the state codes that you are well on or in or whatever you want to say, look up those state codes. Look up the definition of the word person. Look up the definition of the word person according to the United States Code. And then you can also look up the definition of the word person in Black's Law Dictionary. And what you will find in there is that it very clearly states, especially in the state codes and in the United States Code, that a person is not a living man. There is no part of the definition of the word person in any of those codes that relates to a living man. All of the words and terms that are used to describe the word person, they're all words like corporation, company, individual, which isn't a man or a woman. An individual is it's a commercial term. And what it actually, if you look at the meaning of the word, it actually refers to a child. I can't remember the full definition off the top of my head, but you look it up. I don't need to give you all the answers. You need to figure it out for yourself. So yeah, I just wanted to let you all know that, and to encourage you to critically think for yourself. Don't just believe what other people say just because they say it or it sounds good. Typically, if I hear something and it sounds too good to be true, it typically is. And especially if it sounds too good to be true, that is more reason to give it that much more of an effort to verify whether it's true or not. And so, yeah, it amazes me when these people talk out of the side of their neck and have no idea what they're talking about. But hey, it gives me a laugh. It gives me a chuckle. So kind of lightens my day a little bit. And it's unfortunate it's at your expense. But hey, I'm not the one that put the dumbass comment on the posting. So I can only do with what I got. You know what I mean? You don't give me a whole lot to work with. So if you're gonna put a dumb comment, I'm gonna laugh my ass off about it, and probably reply with something to set you straight or tell you what an idiot you are. So, anyways, God bless you all. Have a great rest of your weekend. Hopefully, we get some warmer weather here coming up. It's still a little chilly getting out of this colder weather, but. Yeah, I'm excited for some warmer days and some spending some time in the sun. So you all have a great rest of your weekend. Take care. God bless.